Welcome to ACC Student News.
The news students can use.
I'm Brendan Denani.
And I'm Haley Kramer.
And here are today's top stories. Third-party candidate Gary Johnson is getting a reputation for slipping up during his interviews. In his first interview, when asked about the Aleppo refugee camp in Syria, he stated that he did not know what it was. In his latest review with CNN, he was asked for his response on Monday about the horrifying pipe bomb explosion in Chelsea, New Jersey on Saturday night, along with the stabbings in Minnesota. Gary Johnson stated that he was grateful that nobody got hurt, even though 29 people got injured in Chelsea and 9 people were stabbed in Minnesota. His statement could potentially damage his campaign even more. After the interview, he tried to clean it up by saying that he couldn't believe his ears at the time, and later on, he released another statement acknowledging the injury.
With the 2016 presidential election right around the corner, the two candidates, Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, are currently tied for the candidacy. As of September 18th, the two candidates are tied 42% to 42% of votes. In the weeks prior, Clinton was up 2 points. Shortly before the two third-party candidates, Gary Johnson and Jill Stein, came into the picture, Clinton led the polls 46% to 44%. According to a survey CBS News released this past week, more of Hillary's supporters are now supporting one of the two third-party candidates than Trump supporters. Many voters say that they want to see major changes in the U.S., but they are still unsure who will change it for the better. Come November, the people will have to choose who they want to see take on the role of president for the next 4 years.
ITT in Maryville has closed its doors after 50 years of technical training. This shutdown will affect more than 1,000 Indiana students as well as 662 Hoosier workers, and thousands more nationwide. The closure is set for September 6th. On top of all this, ITT now faces numerous lawsuits, one of which that the company violated federal law by not providing employees with 60 days' notice. The lawsuit was set on behalf of the 8,000 employees who lost their jobs as a result of ITT's decision to shut down more than 130 ITT campuses in 38 states.
An official search has begun for a new voting poll location in East Chicago. The polling place used last spring, West Calumet Housing Complex, was tested and determined that the soil was heavily contaminated with lead and arsenic. The city has decided to demolish the building and told all residents they must move. The U.S. Department of Housing has authorized $1.9 million in vouchers to help residents relocate. Residents have until next month to use the vouchers, although extensions may be granted. State law declares that it is forbidden to change voting locations except in an emergency. The Bipartisan Elections Board has voted unanimously to declare an emergency for replacing the poll location. Many of the voters have moved out of East Chicago, but their names remain on the voters' roll and will not be removed because of the emergency. The meeting for the decision on a new polling location has not taken place yet, but the precinct committeemen will be meeting soon.
The superstore Kmart has announced plans to shut down over half of its stores nationwide. Included in the shutdown is the Maryville location. The shutdown is scheduled to take place in December. The Maryville branch that is located off of Lincoln Highway has been in business for the past 42 years. During these 42 years, it has survived through tough competition between rivals such as Sears, Walmart, and Target. The close date is set for mid-December and will affect thousands of employees nationwide, leaving them unemployed for the holiday. Some of the employees were offered severance pay as well as the opportunity to apply at a different Kmart location. This is the second round of store closing for the retailer in 2011. The Sears Kmart franchise closed over 120 underperforming stores. Not all the stores will be closing, however. Kmart still has locations in Chesterton, Griffith, LaPorte, and Valparaiso. And that's all the time we have for today.
Thank you for joining us on ACC Student News.
The news students can use.
I'm your host, Haley Kramer.
I'm your host, Brendan Denani. Good day.